What is going on, you guys? WonderBro here, and today we're going to talk about the ups and downs of recovery. Unfortunately, ups and downs are a part of the recovery process. It's a part of the journey. It's completely normal, but I want to explain it a little bit more so that you guys don't get confused or scared or worried about ups and downs, because the confusion doesn't help. So ups and downs, we now know that it's a normal part of the process, but why? Why is it a normal part of the process? Well, on some days you may be slightly more sensitized than other days, and that's just how nerves work. While they're healing, it's not a completely straight path, and a lot of times when people have their bad days, they assume that they're doing something wrong. They assume that they're going about the process of recovery the wrong way. Then they get worried, and then they obsess, and then their nerves become further stressed and sensitized. So to cut out that unnecessary worry and confusion, first realize that it's a completely normal part of the journey towards recovery. Secondly, realize that as long as you're using acceptance, which is not that hard to do, it's not that hard to understand, it's a very simple principle as long as you do it. As long as you're using acceptance, you are not doing anything wrong, and that is not why you're having ups and downs. You're having ups and downs because that's just a normal part of recovery. Unfortunately, I wish it was a straight path that would make the journey a little bit easier, but it's not a straight path. Every now and then you'll have, a bad day, and that's completely normal. That's completely normal for people who, aren't even sensitized. Everyone has their ups and downs, but it doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing something wrong, so don't obsess about that. As long as you're using acceptance, which, like I said, is not that hard to understand, just don't argue with your thoughts and don't run from your feelings. Just try to live as normally as you can while the anxiety is turned on. That teaches your brain that there's no real danger and heals your nerves. So just because your Tuesday was worse than your Wednesday, that doesn't mean you're going about anything the wrong way. So don't worry or obsess about that. Acceptance is pretty straightforward. I know I make a lot of videos, but I always try to make it, very, very simple to understand the two main keys. Don't argue with your thoughts and don't run away from your feelings. Accept. And that's not hard to do. It may be hard for you to take that leap of faith into getting out of the habit of wanting to get involved, thinking something bad will happen if you don't get involved. Breaking the habit may be a little bit difficult, but using acceptance and doing acceptance is quite easy because you're literally just giving up. It may be a little bit difficult for you to, make that decision to do it, but once you start, it gets easier and easier. So my main point is, I don't want to get too off topic, but my main point is, just because you've had a bad day, just because you're having ups and downs, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing anything wrong, as long as you're following the two main keys. So don't obsess, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Why is this happening? I must be doing something wrong, because then you're just obsessing, worrying, adding more stress to your already stressed nerves. So when you have your ups and downs, realize, simply put, that it's a completely normal part of the process, and it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means that one day you may be slightly more sensitized than another day, and that's just a normal part of recovery. That's just how the nervous system works. It's trying to make sure that you really are okay. So your biggest setback could be the one right before you're cured. Your brain wants to make sure that there's really not any real dangers. It's seeing your new acceptance behavior, but it's trying to make sure that you're really okay, that you're really good, that there's really no tigers or bears around, and that's all it is. It's just checking up on you, to make sure that you're really good, that you're okay, that you're not in any danger. So understand, and I'm going to wrap this up, understand that ups and downs are a completely normal part of recovery. And do not obsess or worry about ups or downs. That's just how the nervous system works. Some days you're more sensitized than others, and that's just nothing more than another good chance to use acceptance, to practice acceptance, to show your brain that there's really no real dangers present. All it is, it's just your brain checking up on you, okay? So ups and downs are normal, and you have to accept that. That's just a part of recovery. Don't obsess and worry thinking that you're doing something wrong. Oh, I must be doing something wrong, or this wouldn't be happening. No, it's going to happen. Even if you're using acceptance to the best of your abilities, you're going to have ups and downs. I've never talked to someone who had a straight path all the way towards recovery. But don't worry about those ups and downs. They won't be that bad if you just simply realize that it's just a part of the process. And that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's just how recovery works. I wish it was a straight path, but it's not. But that's okay. That's okay, because now you know that it's completely normal. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Stop obsessing. Stop worrying about it. Just continue on with acceptance. Continue on doing what you're doing, and you're going to be fine. 2 main keys, and I always come back to these so that nobody gets confused. Don't argue with your thoughts. Don't follow them. Let them come and go like clouds. Don't get involved. Realize that you're simply sensitized. That's the only reason these thoughts are causing you so much stress, is because you're simply sensitized and your nerves are playing off these thoughts, giving you anxiety. So don't even waste your time trying to figure them out or fight with them, because that's all it is. You're sensitized. Number 1 key, don't argue with your thoughts. These are in no particular order, so don't follow your thoughts. Don't argue with your thoughts. Number 2, don't fight your feelings in the body. Accept them and don't run from them. Show your brain there's no real danger. All right, you guys, you're just sensitized. And another little point I want to throw in there real quick. This is good to use even outside of sensitization. When you return to your normal life, if you want to keep sensitization away and just grow as a person and grow spiritually and feel better, these are good things to do even when you're not sensitized. Don't argue with your thoughts. It'll always be useless, sensitized or not. Don't fight with your feelings, any negative emotions, not just anxiety, because that's futile. All right, you guys, and you will grow if you do this, and you will change your brain. I love each and every one of you. Follow me on all my social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have it all. Let's hit 3K soon. Help me get there, guys, by telling your friends about me, sharing me out. It really does mean a ton to me. That is everything. Until next time, guys, as always, stay awesome.